there.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Let's Celebrate TV Live. I'm your host, Peter Lee. With me today, as always, is my director, producer, cameraman, IT guy, and he's also my husband, Phil Gordimer.
Hi.
Now, you may be wondering where we are today. If you watch our channel, you know we are in our little mountain hideaway somewhere deep in the mountains of upstate Pennsylvania. So the first thing we want to ask, because this is a new setup for us, we want to make sure you can all hear us. So comment in the section if you can hear us. And I do have to say, this is a busy campground we're in. We may have some extra noises, a dog barking, a car passing by, or a golf cart, or people walking by going, "What are you doing?" So we'll just muscle through it today. So today we're talking all about summertime traditions, but you know our tradition here at LCTV is starting with a cocktail. I'm going to make Bloody Marys, and we will, as always, leave the links to the episodes in the description section. We'll just start with a little vodka. Yeah, that looks about good. Maybe that much more.
All right, Melissa says audio and video are good.
Excellent, excellent.
Thank you, Melissa.
Speaking of those noises, we have a live studio audience here, too. They don't get Bloody Marys. They've already had their Bloody Marys.
So you might see a few people going back and forth.
Yeah. You may hear comments from the peanut gallery.
We'll allow it this time.
Yeah.
This is a busy campground.
Here you go. All right. And cheers. That's good stuff. Let's get rid of all this.
Loudly.
Now, today, we're going to make my summer corn salad because it's the beginning of summer. So why not make a corn salad? I'm going to show you a little trick. I'm using fresh corn. If you've watched the episode, you'll know this is fresh corn that we've just blanched. Okay, that's fine. Take my drink from me. Like, wow. This is a great way to get the kernels off the cob. Use a bunt pan. And just be careful, nice sharp knife, and just go right down. And see, they fall right into the pan instead of all over your counter. So just a great little tip or trick. And see, it's very easy. Now this corn is just corn that I bought at the farmer's market. I think it was imported because it's a little early for Jersey corn, but that's okay. And I just blanched it. You know, just a moment in boiling water. All right, and you see, we have corn. Let's just put that aside. I've got a big bowl.
All right, Hank says it's 100 degrees in Phoenix at 9:30 in the morning.
Yikes. What is it here? 70?
It's about 74, 75 here right now.
Beautiful day here.
Finally, It's been cold for the last few days.
So here's the rest of my corn that I did right in the bowl because it's a corn salad. To that, I like a lot of crunch. I have some cucumbers that I just cut into small pieces. None of this has to be perfect. You always hear on TV the chefs that everything has to be the same size. In something like this, I don't worry about it because I want different textures. I want different bites and things. Let's add a little color. I've got some beautiful grape tomatoes, all kinds of colors. There's green and red and yellow and brown and orange. We'll put some of these in. I want even more crunch. How about some bell peppers? Again, yellow and orange, just some. I want a little zing to it, a little extra flavor. So I've got about 6 scallions here that I just chopped up, the greens and some of the white. Not the whole scallion, but mostly the green. And that's going to add that nice grassy, oniony flavor. Looking forward to great summertime entertaining ideas. Well, that's what we're here to talk about, Melissa. Parsley's next. It's going to add some freshness and color.
And the dog is back.
Yes, there's the dog. We'll be having a little chat with the dog's daddies later. So this is just my favorite vinaigrette. You can use whatever you like, even store-bought. I won't be upset. And we're just going to dress this. Now, this is one of the salads that you can dress ahead of time. A lot of times you don't like to dress salads because they wilt. But this one, you can go ahead and do it, and it'll just soak up all those flavors. Let's just give it a good stir. Now look at that. Look at all those colors. All that beautiful corn.
Are we going to feed our audience?
Yes.
Okay, Peanut Gallery says yes.
Yeah, well, maybe. What I'm really going to do is I'm going to put some plastic wrap on this, pop it in the fridge, and this will be for our dinner tonight. If it lasts that long.
If it lasts that long.
I'm sure when I turn my back, these guys will be in the fridge, but that's all right. All right, so let's put this aside. You got some questions for me, dear?
I do. Well, let's see what we got. Where am I on my list? There we go.
Fun to host a show at your summer getaway.
Yeah, this was a serious challenge. Since I don't have my fourth camera, here's what it looked like from my view. I took this about half an hour before we actually queued up. And
Here
then,
comes a golf cart.
So we got a kind of equipment all over the place here.
And here comes a golf cart. Philip, you might want to go talk to...
Can't right now.
Can't right now, guys.
Live stream.
So anyway, so we're talking about... Yes, we saw that.
Okay.
So we're talking about summertime traditions, and you know, it's summertime here in the United States, because I know we have a big UK audience and Australian audience. Here in the United States, it's Memorial Day weekend. Now, Memorial Day in this country is a day that we honor our fallen veterans, and you know, there's ceremonies and speeches and parades, and it's really a great way to honor them. Some of it is very somber, as it should be, and a lot of it is very celebratory to celebrate what they did for us, to paying that ultimate sacrifice so we have our freedoms. So it's kind of also become the unofficial start of the summertime. The official summer is in a couple of weeks with the summer solstice, but this is kind of the kickoff. So there's lots of barbecues and people being outside. Yes, Paul, summer in New Jersey means going down the shore. Even when you live at the shore, it's down the shore. And everyone says, what do you mean down the shore? You're going east towards the ocean. It's a Jersey thing. We go down the shore in Jersey. So summer traditions. What's next? There we go. Let's talk about some food. You know, you think summertime, you think grilling, eating outside, picnics, right? Lots of salads, picnics with potato salads and pasta, macaroni. Where we live, we get lots of fresh produce, Jersey corn, Jersey tomatoes. You know, you get things like all the berries and things. So there's strawberry shortcake and blueberry cobbler. So some of my great summer foods that mean summer to me that we only ever had in the summer was something strange. We would only have shish kebabs in the summer. My mom liked making them and grilling them. And you would ask for it any other time of the year. She says, oh, I only make that. Potato salad's another one. She would only ever make potato salad in the summertime. So she would heat the house up because we didn't have air conditioning. And you're boiling all these potatoes, heating up the kitchen. And then, you know, in the wintertime, we'd say, well, can't we have potato salad? And no, that's a summertime dish
Lance,
only.
what do you make in the summer?
I make grilled lamb.
Grilled lamb? That's a good one. Yeah.
Steve, what do you make in the summer?
Not much.
Not much? Reservations?
Yes.
Well, that's always good in the summertime, too. That's always
I
good.
mixed with you and.
Yes, I know. I know you do. Yes. So, what's the next question? Well, yes, outdoor activity adds to the ambience. We always, when I was a kid, I hated eating outside because there were bugs and it was hot. It was hotter in the house too, but just, it was a pain in the neck to schlep everything out, swat the mosquitoes while you're trying to eat. Love having a garden, and I've already started mine for this year. Do you guys do any gardening? Well, we don't have a garden because we have a little teeny yard, but on my deck, I grow all my own herbs in pots. I may try growing some tomatoes in some bigger pots this year. So even if you don't have a yard. Now, when I was growing up, I had a huge yard. We had a huge garden. We always had a victory garden because my parents grew up during World War II. So it was always a victory garden. And that's how my mother got the 5 kids to like certain vegetables, because we would go out and we would plant the tomatoes and we would plant all the squashes and whatever we were growing that year, and we would work in the garden every day. And then it was so neat, like watching, oh, there's your tomatoes growing, and then going out and picking them, and it made it, you know, kind of a tricky parent thing, but it made it fun.
What is a
So what is a victory garden? So in World War II, you know, the whole country pulled together because we wanted to support the troops to go and defeat the enemies. And so we were all asked to make a lot of sacrifices. There was big on recycling, big on things, everything they could possibly use. People were encouraged to do a victory garden instead of buying food at the markets or the produce stands or whatever. Grow your own. And if you grow enough, then donate it to the cause, because all the farms were donating, giving their food to the military. So your victory garden was so you, it was your part. Everyone was asked to do your own little part, whether it's having a victory garden or saving metal scraps that they could be used in bombs or whatever. It was all that type of idea. So the victory garden was just one part of it.
very cool?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Whenever I try grilling fish or chicken, it sticks. What can I do to avoid that?
Say that louder.
Okay, say it louder. Okay. Whenever I try grilling fish or chicken, it sticks. What can I do to avoid that? So we do a lot of grilling. That's definitely a summertime thing. And fish and chicken can be kind of tricky. So I always oil my grates. You know, you clean them first, you get them all nice and hot, you clean them, then oil them. Probably your fish and chicken is sticking because you're not waiting long enough before you try and flip it. And there's another golf cart. You know, it will release on its own, just keep an eye on it. But when you try it, if it doesn't want to let go, then it's not ready yet. It needs a couple more minutes to do its thing. But oiling will help too.
Oh, I like this one
What?
from Hank.
Pizza on the barbecue.
Never tried that.
Yeah, we haven't. We don't eat much pizza. Not anymore. But yeah, I see it on TV all the time, but I'm too scared to try it.
What kind of pizza, Hank, do you do on the barbecue? All right, and
Well, back to the fish. You wrap it in tin foil and you throw it on the grill?
You can, but then that also steams it,
Okay.
right? So the idea to have it on the grill is that you get the char marks, or maybe if you're using charcoal, you'll get the smoke flavor. Do you prefer charcoal or gas grills? That's a tough question. I am just used to gas. I haven't used a charcoal grill in years, but I can do either. I probably prefer gas because I find them more consistent. You don't have to wait for the coals to heat up, and then when the coals get cold because you're not paying attention, and yeah.
With a chimney to get it all lighter.
Right, right.
Nice heat.
You use flavored woods when you grill, I guess not on a barbecue.
Oh, you can do like smoking and stuff, even on a gas grill.
That was my question.
Yeah,
just
absolutely,
on the
yeah.
gas grill.
Yeah, there are ways to do it, sure. My wife and I love going on picnics in the summer, but we're tired of the same old foods. You have any suggestions? Maybe live stream about picnics. That's a great idea. We used to do a lot of picnics when we were first together. I mean, you know, what do you think when you hear a picnic? You think fried chicken, potato salad, blah, blah, blah. So make some shish kebabs. Make some other salad that we can eat cold, like my summer corn salad. That's a great picnic food.
I wonder about a recipe book specifically for picnics.
Oh, I'm sure they're out there.
There must be something out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
actually, this is where, believe it or not, cold fried chicken is great.
Yeah, but everyone does that.
But everyone does that. So you know what?
So what we used to do is when we were first together and it was summertime, our first summer dating, Phil would call me and say, well, you have any plans? No. Good, I'm pulling it in front of your apartment. And he would just have a couple of hoagies from the deli and some sodas, and we would just find a local park and just do that.
All right.
Right, what?
Chicken Waldorf salad.
Chicken Waldorf salad, yeah. That would be good.
You just make them a quick little sandwich there, so
Mm-hmm.
you don't have the bird soaking in it because it gets mushy.
All right. Hank says everything works for pizza. You just have to keep an eye on it. Yeah, we've never tried a pizza stone on a barbecue. That might be interesting.
Well, I'll have to start making pizza dough and play with it. Maybe that's our next episode. All right, what's our next? From Kenny, I'm not that big of a fan of summer. Too hot, too many bugs. I much prefer the fall. Me too. I mean, I love the summer. I love being here at camp, but I much prefer the cooler, crisp weather. Halloween, of course.
Yeah.
We've got a campground here with a pool. If we get in once a year,
Which I've
that's
already done.
unusual.
I've done my one trip to the pool already.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Yet he still wanted a pool when we bought our house.
Well, you know, it's just because I could.
All right, let's take a look at some more of your agenda.
What's up? Oh, summer vacations. That's fun. Do you do on road trips, camping, beach, or the seashore? Do you go on cruises? Do you like a nice staycation? You know, when I was growing up, my mother flew one time in her life. In 1952, she flew from New York to San Francisco to meet my dad. He was in the service. And she hated it and insisted on taking the train back, which took twice as long. So she would never fly again. So growing up, all of our vacations were road trips. And it was, you know, pile in the car, usually out to Long Island to visit the family. But as we all got older, it started getting a little more down to Washington, D.C., up to Niagara Falls, all through upstate New York.
Yes, but who had to sit in the back of the station wagon facing backwards?
Well, let's see, who was the youngest? That would have been me.
I'm sitting in the back of the station wagon.
Backwards? No.
No, my mom's big station wagons didn't have that seat, but the littler kids, we just all piled in the back of the back deck. And
today.
yeah, well, 50 years ago it wasn't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Actually, we are really good for, if we're not here, up at our seasonal site in the mountains, going to festivals. We find
Yep.
carnivals and food festivals and rib festivals and hop in the car and
Bloomsburg
go to
Fair
Bloomsburg fairs and things like that.
So what do you guys vacation out there in our studio audience? What are your favorite types of vacation, besides coming here to camp?
Well, one of the places I did growing up is I went to Rhode Island every summer to visit my aunt, and I spent the summer at my aunt's house.
Going and
to
visiting,
the beach. She lived a mile from the beach. Walked to the
visiting
beach with
family, and yeah.
with my cousin, and also learned to do basic chores too throughout the summer because she'd have us, you know.
If you're gonna be here, you're gonna work.
You're gonna work, but it wasn't a lot of work. It's just like teaching
Yeah.
you basic skills in the summertime too.
We used to enjoy visiting a lot of the amusement parks.
Oh
in the
yeah,
summer.
amusement park, sure. We didn't do that very often. My mother always felt they were expensive, and she didn't like rides. So, you know, we might get to go to Great Adventure once a year, maybe, if we begged and pleaded, and you know.
Meryl says we always went on road trips when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
Well, you know, it was easy. Just pile everyone in the car, take off.
Right over the space in the back. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, here comes the comment of the day that's the absolute truth.
Yes, summer means Dad controls the grill. So which one of
Even
us
if it is not very good, because Dad burned everything, and I like food very rare.
So
That's my life story.
then, dear, which one of us is the dad?
Really?
Well,
Really now?
you usually grill because I don't want to, so I just usually say, just here, go do this.
Yeah,
Go
it's
eat
just
you.
his way of saying, get out of my damn kitchen.
Yeah.
All right, that is the line
Yeah,
of the
that's
night.
good.
I'm going to give that one. All right. Oh, here's one close to me since I work in Hamilton.
I live in Hamilton, New Jersey, so summertime means blueberries. Yes, it
Where did this
does.
come from, Jesse? Oh, it came from Facebook. Okay.
Blueberries and pies, muffins, quick breads, ice cream, sauces. The only thing I haven't done is a blueberry cocktail, you know.
And whoops.
Really?
How did that happen? Anyway, let's try this again.
there.
I was about
Anyway.
to say, and we will never do a blueberry cocktail.
And-
Period.
I was about to say, blueberry cocktail.
They do work well. I've done frozen blueberries. They make great frozen daiquiris.
See that? And we're talking about we just did a daiquiri episode. And we did margaritas. Blueberry margarita. Frozen blueberry margarita. Yeah.
Well, that's scary.
Nice.
That's scary.
We may have to try that anyway.
This
So
would be
for
a
Marvin,
good topic for a.
my family and I do a lot of fishing and crabbing in the summer. I'm so glad you're doing more seafood recipes. Can you do a basic skill recipe episode on how to steam seafood, shrimp or crabs or labs? Well,
we just did one on shrimp.
one on shrimp. He can leave the link up in the description. But yeah, we can do more crabs and lobsters.
Basic skills on shucking crabs.
That would be a whole, cleaning crabs. That would be a whole episode on its own, not even the basic skills. Though I really should feature more lobster because, you know.
He won't be doing that. He does not like to break
I don't like
crabs.
breaking down crabs.
It's way too much work for him.
Yep. For too little reward. I'd rather buy them. But I like fishing and I like crabbing. We used to do that when I was a kid. Just on a random weekend, my mom would say, "Get in the car, we're going fishing," and okay. But it was fun.
When I was growing up, we had a boat moored off by our house, and we were poor high school kids, so we couldn't really afford the gas, so we just went drinking on the boat.
Oh, well, okay. That's a summertime tradition.
Sinking the buds in the, you know.
Yes,
Fishing
well.
for the buds in the cooler and then sinking them in the, you know.
So Hank Miner says, "How about lemon blueberry martini?" That could be good. You know, we don't like sweet drinks, but I'll bet that could. You know, kind of like our lemon drop martini. Adding blueberry to it. That's a good idea,
we
Hank.
have to work about that one. That's a good possibility.
So if one of you guys goes to the store today, bring me back some blueberries.
Yeah, sure.
There
What,
seems
Drew?
to be this lemon blueberry combination thing.
Oh yeah, no, that's a classic flavor combo.
Is it?
Uh huh.
It's like the first year that I'd heard of it, but it's really popular.
Yeah.
Lemon muffins with blueberries.
What is a good summertime cocktail? Well, you know, most people would probably say Cosmopolitan or, you know, pina colada or some frozen nonsense. For me and Phil, we like a good old gin and tonic. Lots of ice, lots of lime, lots of gin. It's just refreshing and bubbly and light. Yeah, no comment over there. Thank you. Let's talk about summertime fun. And
lemon
what?
Vodka with limeade is another delicious one. Personally.
True. True, especially if we make our own limeade. So let's talk about summertime fun. Just general fun you do in the summertime. Swimming, boating, fishing, camping,
Water skiing.
carnivals and fairs. Water ski, there's a good one. Going out to the lake and going water skiing.
Ooh, let's own a boat. We can spend more money on a boat than we do on this hobby.
I'd love a boat. You won't let me have a
You know what
boat.
the best boat is?
Tubing on the
friend's
back
boat.
of a boat.
A friend's boat, yes.
Or
Tubing, yeah.
on one of the rivers. Tubing's a big thing. At least our area. It is,
Yeah.
Lazy rivers and pools.
Yeah, I like the lazy river and the pools. I don't do water parks.
Really?
Every time I've gone to a water park, I've
He
been
breaks
injured.
something.
I've broken bones every single time.
What, Traction Park?
Not even Traction Park.
Great
No.
Adventure.
Yeah.
We were taking our son.
He was like,
He was like 12 at the time.
yeah.
And yeah, we decided, or I decided it was a good
Yes.
idea to go down the kids' water slide with him,
Yeah.
as he then broke his toe when he got to the bottom.
Yeah.
He broke his toe.
And I said, this isn't a good idea to go in this part. We're all too big for it. And those two are like, no, let's go. And yeah. I kind of flipped off the slide and went down, and it was deeper than I thought. And I landed wrong, and I like ripped the nail off, and this toe went snap-o, and I went, I think I have a problem. And I will say the chlorine just like sanitized it instantly. And then when we got home that night, my dad had called and said, we want to take you guys out to dinner. Just meet us at the restaurant. So, okay. So we met my parents at the restaurant, and I got out of the car, and I'm like limping, and my foot's all, and my mother said to him, what did you do to my baby? Yeah. It was great. And then they bought us dinner. So, you know, how bad can that be? It was worth a broken toe. Or not. So yeah, what are the summer fun? Oh, do you smoke in your grill from Michael? You know, I haven't yet. I know how to do it. It's a simple process. You soak your wood chips, foil package, a few holes, and you put them on the, if you want hot smoke, on the hot area, but usually on the other side, and residual heat will get them smoldering. So you can do it. I have not, though. It's one of those things I'm kind of lazy about.
Plus, you don't like to grill anyway, so.
Yeah, I'm not a big griller. I mean, I'll do it. I like it. Sometimes, you know, you have a nice steak or something, and go ahead and grill it. Well, I'll usually turn to him and go, honey.
Why don't you bring that salad out and let us do a little taste sample while we have an audience?
Oh, all right. All right. We'll bring it out. Here it is.
Let's get those small bowls and give samples to our audience.
Oh, my goodness. Really?
Really?
You're so mean.
No, I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were gonna attack it anyway.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know you are.
At this point, he would be saying, welcome to his world. Just saying.
That's true. That's true. All right, I suppose there's plenty here that you can all have a little taste.
I'm not getting anywhere near this camera.
Oh, just come get it, somebody. Walk around. You've been on camera multiple times.
Who, me? Not me.
Yet you never.
And never on camera, please.
It was a camera hog the last live stream. We were kidding.
Thank you.
Here, dear, you can get your own fork. I just
No,
happen.
I can't get a fork. I can't reach.
Oh, I just happen to have my own fork right here. So we'll have a little taste. Yes, I am tasting right out of the bowl. It's my show and my house. That's pretty good.
Delicious.
Bit more in the refrigerator, but this is good.
Yeah, this will be a lot better once it sits for a while. And all the flavors kind of get to know one another and marry and, you know, adjust the seasoning. Like I think I want a little more pepper in this.
Right?
But you all saw how easy it is to make.
Delicious and crunchy.
So you know our friend Rich. You guys know Rich. Rich has been on live stream with us. The big tall guy that has to sit in the stool because he's like this much taller than me. He doesn't really cook much. When we did this episode and I made it for him, he loved it so much that he makes it for himself all summer long. Which kind of makes me feel good. I inspired him to make something healthy and really good.
And Teresa's back. Yay!
Yay! My parents of 8 kids took us to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan to go stay at a rental cottage on the beach. Yes, I was a kid that sat backwards in the back. Going to the beach was always fun as a kid. It was always an exciting thing.
So I wonder if they said down to the beach there.
I don't think they do. I really think that's just
That's a
Jersey
Jerseyism.
thing. It is.
Absolutely.
Down the shore. Yep. We never stayed overnight at the beach. It was always a day trip. They just, I don't know why, but.
Well, it's not like it's far away. I mean,
Well, well, for us it was about 45 minutes, but when you're a 5-year-old, that's a long time in the car. It's like, ugh.
so for those of you who are noticing behind me, that is the side door of our trailer, which is actually outside of this deck. So we're under a about 35 foot by 35 foot roof deck that has his kitchen here. And I don't have a camera to show the other way where our audience is sitting. But we have 2 couches and it faces out to the road, which
And we have
is
a full bar.
all wood. And it's a full bar. And later today, we're actually going to film a couple of cocktail episodes from
Right
the bar here.
Yeah. Yep. Right after this. We'll be making Rob Roy and a maple Rob Roy. Just a little twist on the classic. Yes, I do have PMS, pure maple syrup here. I made sure. You must always use pure maple syrup. All right, well, that's the campground, guys, so they're allowed. Hi. When the campground manager goes by on his vehicle, we'll allow it. Let the boss go by and be friendly. Hi.
All right, that's the end of the Facebook messages and chat's a little quiet.
And we've got 17 hours to go.
Half hour to go.
No, that's fine. We went through those questions awfully fast.
Yes,
I think I need to take over control of that because we're zooming through this stuff.
Well, fine. We'll go back to that one and you can explain it more.
What's to explain?
Oh, okay.
Actually, there's a great story from the last time we went to the Bloomsburg Fair. Well, there's actually 2 stories. The first is Phil and his son went there without me one day, and I couldn't get off work to go, so I met them the next day. But they went and they got
His
cheese
son, I thought it was
fries.
our son. Just saying.
Well, it depends on if I'm annoyed with them or not.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, they went up. Thank you. They went a day ahead of me, and when I got there, they were all excited about the cheese fries with the radioactive cheese.
Oh my
And
God.
apparently it was so orange and artificial and horrible and disgusting, and they loved it.
It was at the Bloomsburg Fair in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. Now, I don't want to disparage any part of the country, but Bloomsburg is all farmland with farmers and hillbillies and So
Hey, tread lightly there.
I know, and me with the fake teeth making a comment about missing teeth. Anyway, so there were a lot of booths there, and this one happened to have what we call radioactive cheese. It was cheese on a sandwich. It was so orange, it glowed.
So on that same trip, the next day when I joined them there at the campground and we went over to the fair, we're wandering through, and fortunately the cheese fries, cheesesteak place was closed, so I missed a radioactive cheese. Darn. But they had some wild animals, like they had like a little mini zoo, and they had a tiger, and the tiger was just kind of hanging out there watching everyone, not doing much of anything. And so we're up talking to the tiger and like, oh hi, proper putty cat, and I took his picture. And then he stretched, got up, turned around, and peed. And when tigers pee, it's like a fire hose. He got me right in the face. And he got up and moved so fast. I didn't know what was going on. I thought he was just getting up and stretching, and all of a sudden, boom! Yeah.
That'll ruin your day.
And apparently he was known for doing that. He did that a lot. My dad took us fishing and set up our bamboo lines with bait. I don't know how he did it. What's a bamboo line?
Fishing pole?
Is it a bamboo fishing pole?
Yeah.
Oh,
Must be.
I've never heard of that.
Me neither.
What kind of bait did you use, or don't you know that, Teresa? Oh, we're all under the age of 12. Okay. Yeah, Dad would have to do that for you when you're little. Yeah, we used to
My dad, we used to, when I was between 8 and 12, we lived on a private community that had its own lake, and he would want to go fishing on Saturdays. And I could never get into it. I have the patience and the attention span of a snail
or of a gnat.
or of a gnat. So to
Yeah.
sit there and hold a pole and just sit and wait is aggravating.
Boring.
It's boring, exactly. I just can't do it. He was so proud of that we would go fishing and he would catch something, even if it was a little sunny, just to take home. But I hated it.
But it wasn't
But I tolerated it because it was dad time. So.
Right, that's what it was about. It was about being with Dad, not the actual... Who cares if you are fishing? Unless you're trying to talk to him and he's like, shush, shush, shush. Any suggestions for a unique dish to pass for summer picnics? The corn salad looks amazing. I'm guessing it improves as the flavors mix and mingle. Yes, Melissa, it absolutely does get better. And you saw how easy it is. And there's the gator again. I'll yell at them tomorrow, but in my mind. Another dish, a nice pasta salad, but not one with mayonnaise. I always get worried when you take mayonnaise on picnics. I do things with vinaigrettes on picnics because mayonnaise, if it's warm, I don't want to mess with that.
The salad you made last year.
Okay, right. I make that orzo salad, which is similar to the summer corn salad that has, the tomatoes and peppers and onions in it. So you could do orzo too, which would be good. A nice cobbler would be good. Take advantage of the fresh fruits. You bake it ahead of time and it would travel well. It would be something like an asparagus tart, which is an upcoming episode that you make with puff pastry. And it's one of those things that serves well later or the next day. You can sit out at room temperature. It's usually better, actually, after it's sat for a while. So one of our big summertime traditions that I've been saving to talk about here at the campground, of course, we come up here almost every weekend, but we have a tradition every Saturday night at 5. We have an open cocktail hour for whoever is in camp. So some weeks we get 5 people. Then there's like last night, we had, about 100 people here?
We had 50 or 60, but
Yeah.
we can get anywhere from 60 to 100 people.
Yeah.
And I am the sole bartender, and we serve everything
No, this
in
week you had help.
glass. That's
You
true.
had
I
help.
did have help. Lance helped. That's true. He was manning the
Yeah.
he was
My friend-
manning the Cosmopolitan station
Yeah.
because the girls here have to have their Cosmopolitans. Just saying.
But it's also great because, we seed the bar to begin with. We'll start it out, but then people just start bringing booze. And we can say, hey, if you want Cosmos next week, we're running low on vodka. And the next week, 10 bottles of vodka show up, or cranberry, or whatever. And then people bring food because we like to eat here, clearly. And it is a cooking show after all. But there's a little rivalry of some of our neighbors here and myself. And so we throw down the gauntlet. Of who can bring the most exotic, fancy, or whatever thing. Last night, someone brought a shrimp vindaloo, which is a very, very spicy, delicious shrimp dish.
Hot, but Good.
Yeah. I did not have any. I did a little like taste of the sauce and it blew my palate away.
And homemade focaccia last.
There was homemade focaccia bread, yeah. What Teresa? We did catch sunfish, perch, and brown trout. We always went fishing down the shore. We would sometimes run a boat, so we caught a lot of flounder and the sand sharks, which at the time we didn't know were edible or we would have eaten them. But we used to go crabbing a lot too. That was always fun. I like that better than fishing, but I like fishing. I like going out on the boat.
I've never been fishing.
It's
my whole life.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the
This
right.
wasn't- It was my grandfather's thing,
Okay.
but he lives in Illinois and we were in
Oh,
Pennsylvania. so-
right, right.
You
Yeah.
Noodling.
Noodling?
Noodling.
No. What's
Where you
noodle?
stick your hand in the hole to catch the eel.
No.
It's not eel, it's another fish. It's
No.
fishy.
Nope.
No.
And then
no,
if you
that
look at
doesn't
the-
sound-
Never heard of that.
By yawn.
No.
Yeah, it's a thing. Right
Okay.
next to it. Hillbillies.
Is that a Long Island thing?
I was gonna say it's got to be a Long Island thing.
None of the Long Island people I know about ever did. We would dig for clams, like out at my grandparents' beach. We would dig for clams and stuff like that,
Southern
but
Mississippi, Alabama. Kind of.
never heard of it. Noodling. Ugh.
Noodling.
Canoodling. I know what canoodling is, and that's not what canoodling
Yeah,
is.
that's not
Or
the
noodling.
Yeah.
Hey, dear, should we make our audience jealous?
What are you proposing?
The refrigerator and show them what we're cooking tonight.
Oh, well, you sure?
Yeah,
It's not butchered yet.
it's okay. Show them anyway.
Okay.
It'll be worth it. This is going to prove that you can cook anything, even camping.
And we're cooking 2 of these.
We're cooking 2 of them.
Is it a cat?
Cats?
So we're cooking. These are beef tenderloins, aka filet mignon. I have to trim them down, but we have 2 of them here. So
We are cooking
we are
for
cooking
6.
these. And yes,
Tonight.
6 grown men will devour this. And as some of you going, oh my God, we couldn't eat one of them, but
You can.
Okay, yeah,
we'll probably have more than 6 though, because like Paul is coming later and a few others, and Drew, come on down, have some steak with us.
yeah,
Some corn salad and
don't let
Yeah.
the word camping fool you. This is glamping.
Doesn't say yet. Yeah.
We
Well-
have a kitchen here, almost not quite as good as home, but it's
So-
pretty good.
I was in spent a lot of my childhood in Boy Scouts and went camping a lot.
Oh, here,
So-
Melissa's got a good one here.
Okay, just a moment.
Sorry.
Please. So I grew up camping and I always did all the cooking when we were camping in Boy Scouts, but it was like tinfoil meals and burgers and hot dogs. And I would always say, like, why can't we have pork chops? Why can't we make spaghetti? We have a little camp stove. We cook over the open fire. And it was like, no. Hamburger in a foil package. Like, ugh. So when I grew up and I started camping as a grown up, it was always a challenge for me to say, okay, we have our tent, we have our little camp stove, we got the fire. What can I cook that I would normally cook at home? Now, of course, here, clearly, you see, if you can see my stove, there it is. I have a full-size stove. I have another stove in the camper, so I'm not exactly roughing it, but
And a grill,
managed.
So just
And a grill.
one, so
and a grill, and everything else.
Yes, can I have a dishwasher? His name is Ken. Let me put
All
this
right,
back.
Melissa has a really good one.
Okay.
This is going to be tough because all of us we're not alcoholics, but this is camping, and where are you going to go if you have a little one too many? You ready?
Okay. Some are mocktails. Yeah, that's a big thing now, the mocktails.
I'm not disagreeing. I just don't have a good answer.
Well, no. So, like with our strawberry daiquiri or margarita recipe that we did, you can very easily leave the tequila out. There's a lot of new lines of alcohol-free wine, and they're all getting very, very good reviews. I haven't seen them to try them yet, but from what I've seen, some of the trade mags that I read, they're a huge thing.
Well, if you remember, we did try one of those low-calorie wines a couple of
but a
weeks
low-
ago.
no,
and that
but-
was not so hot.
A low-calorie wine is different than an alcohol-free wine, and you're right, it wasn't good. It was
so
just,
it's a virgin thing.
it was, yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
no, we could do some
what
mocktail
cocktail
recipes.
could we make? I'm actually, being the bartender here at our Saturday cocktails, one of the things I serve the most for people who don't drink is cranberry juice and ginger ale.
Which just makes it like a spritz.
Yeah, it's really popular.
Wonder how it would be with ginger beer to get more of that ginger flavor. Maybe we'll try that a little later.
There's no alcohol in ginger beer.
Right. It's just super. It's just extra
super
ginger.
and extra sweet. People
Well,
love sweet
good ginger
tea.
beer is not. Good ginger beer is spicy. It gets you because it's like pure ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you'll try the one that Lance brought, and we'll ask you. So Melissa, yeah, some things like that is a good idea.
I don't have to. I'm still working on my Bloody Mary, though it's mostly gone now.
But I will have to start looking for mocktail ideas. Maybe we can do a little series on those on Cocktail Fridays.
Actually, when I used to go to the Cape and do blender drinks, I would actually make a whole blender of mocktails because there was a few people that would go non-alcoholic. Mm-hmm. And then they asked me to make one that is all alcohol. Can you make this into a mocktail? I said, no, because the only thing in there is ice. You can have a glass of ice.
That's like someone asked me to make a virgin margarita. I'm like, no, can't do it.
Well, and you can take any type of fruit juice. You can make your own fruit juices, like grind up some blueberries or muddle them with some mint and then add some club soda or seltzer, and you've got this nice little spritzer that would make a nice summer cocktail. You could do it with watermelon. You could do watermelon and mint. Muddle it up.
Yeah, actually, another one that I serve here is cranberry juice, orange juice, and a little bit of lime.
Like a Cape Cod.
You mix it up, it looks like a Cape Cod, yeah. Mm-hmm. All right.
And of course, you can make our Bloody Mary mix and just leave the vodka out and make it a Virgin Mary.
Yeah, exactly. And we have a link in the description show notes for the episode where we made the Bloody Marys.
So one of you people in the Peanut Gallery take notes that I need to do an episode for summer mocktails from Melissa.
And it's also the link to the corn salad. And they're both there.
Well, you have like 6 episodes in the future to do already that we mentioned this episode.
Yeah, I know, but
We have talked about putting a link in for your Bloody Marys, right?
It's already there.
Oh, it's already.
Yeah, so if you go back and watch this.
You won't see it on the screen.
You don't see it here.
My bear. There he is. There he goes.
Go out.
All right.
I have no audio.
Okay, so it's back just to me now. Yay! What happened to your pack?
My pack just went bad.
Oh. Oh well.
Okay, that should fix it.
Well, I should pick you up still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's all right.
All right, so live TV.
Yeah, something always goes wrong.
My radio pack just died.
That's the sign of ghosts.
Oops.
Ghosts drain energy, so if you have brand new batteries and everything dies, it's ghosts.
They were not brand new batteries.
Okay, well, it's witchcraft.
They weren't then. Or it's just one of those things that,
Yeah, it's just one of those things. This had brand new batteries in it, but I might have just dropped it or bumped it or something. Who knows?
Well, I dropped it earlier. Oopsie.
All right.
So anyway.
Yes, really.
Oh yeah,
Hey, we said
video
anything
frozen.
could happen here.
The adventures of live and on-location shows. Yes. Why did the video freeze? Didn't seem like it was freezing for us.
Well, because so much audio is going.
Oh.
It should be fine.
Oh. Okay. Can we blame Ken anyway?
So Dixie's in. She says she sees your mouth moving, but you're talking in static. We got it fixed.
Hopefully you're fixed. It's fixed.
Yep, Steph says it's all good. Hank
Good.
says we're back
Good.
now.
All right.
And
All right.
Dixie says it fixes it.
Of course, Steph. We know it's Steph. Steph always says, "Do I hear cups being shaken? Could I?"
And we might be having a unofficial cocktail hour tonight that we're not announcing. So
Yeah.
if the regulars, Dan and Dave, Steph and Mark, all those people just stop by.
And for that, we'll be using the top shelf booze.
There might be top shelf booze instead of the rock gut booze.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Dixie, what is happening between you and Phil up in Binghamton? It's been so cold here lately. It's kind of nice today because it's 78 today.
Well, and like last weekend, it was 91. We had one day. It went from 60 on Friday, 91 on Saturday, 90 on Sunday, and we were like,
Well, and the
let's
thing here
get
in the
out of
mountains
Dodge.
is it could be 70 or 80 during the day,
Yeah.
but it could go down below 50 at night, almost every night. So we
Today
always
it's
tell our
perfect.
camping friends to bring sweatpants and jackets, and they go, but it's going to be 80. I said, it will not be when you go down to the bonfire.
Right.
At 10 o'clock, it'll be 50.
We're 30, yeah.
We're 30, yeah.
We've had snow here on Memorial Day weekend many times, which we always say, oh yeah, this is the unofficial start of summer.
But it melts quickly.
3 years ago,
does.
our tenters were surprised when they got out of their tent. There was a half-inch of snow on top of it.
And didn't a couple of them pack up and leave?
Yeah, we've had that happen. We had a year here for 4th of July where it was 105 during the day.
Yeah.
And people were taking so many cold showers, the campground had to shut down the water system to preserve the water because it's spring fed.
Yeah.
And then that night it went down to 46.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy here sometimes. But, yeah.
It's the joys of being in the mountain.
Yep.
All right. Melissa's got another one for you.
Oh, good.
Oh, we do this all the time.
Hors d'oeuvres suitable for strolling around at an open house. Yeah, that's easy. Most of my hors d'oeuvres can do that. I like doing like my mini brie tarts. They can sit out for hours and they're great finger food. Put them on a tray or on your little plate while you're eating them and you're wandering around.
What is a mini brie tart?
You don't know what a mini brie tart is after
No, but our
22
audience
years
might
of
not
eating
know.
them. Well, Phil
Might
will
not
put
watch the video.
Phil will put the link up in the description. If you haven't seen my little mini brie tart video that we've done many times. But anything like that, I would say, any little self-contained, a tart. I don't know that I would do it. Shrimp maybe if they're already peeled, cold shrimp. I wouldn't do anything with the dip for strolling around because that could be awkward. But maybe wings.
Skewers.
Skewers are a good idea. Sure.
What about the one that we did with the corned beef wrapped around the...
Oh, yes, yes. What are those called? I think we did an episode on those.
Corned beef wrapped around a breadstick.
You can do blintzes. They work well.
But blintzes need to be warm. But you could do mini egg rolls or spring rolls. This corned beef thing
And you know what?
is...
Don't be afraid to hit the frozen aisle. There's some good frozen stuff. You know, pizza bites, pizza rolls. I mean, it's great to make everything yourself.
Those I just remembered those corned beef things are called Rockin' Reubens, and it's essentially a breadstick that you take a piece of pastrami or corned beef, some arugula, and you wrap it around it. Which is, if you can get fresh arugula, especially in the summertime, it's a great thing. So that's one of those great. Keep them around.
Yep, true for
Yeah,
here.
always pack layers. Yep.
Prosciutto wrapped the.
Our experienced campers have done that. It's always new campers that we got to deal with.
Another tradition that we do that we haven't done in a couple of years, and just out of sheer laziness, is we love cooking over an open fire. I don't know how many of you do that. So every year we say, oh, we're going to do steaks on the fire, and it just never seems to happen. But we used to do it, so I think we need to revisit that. Maybe next weekend when it's just us, we'll do shish kebabs.
Because the last time we did it, I kind of forgot about them and ruined some beautiful steaks. Just saying.
I'll do it next time. Well, maybe we'll do shish kebabs, like lamb shish kebabs over an open fire with a nice cocktail. That would be good, huh?
We did it.
Could we film over the fire pit out there?
Absolutely. We could definitely do that.
There you go. There's our next episode.
Or, we could move all these cameras out on the patio there, and you could be sitting around the table with the grill.
Right, but that's not the same as grilling on open fire.
Okay.
Maybe we'd have to do that like on Sunday afternoon next week after the campground empties out.
You can take the grills off the barbecue and then kind of an open fire.
Yeah, but that's not quite the same as, a wooden fire.
When I was a kid, we ate hot dogs or whatever at open fire.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my mom's way of not cooking.
Oh, yeah.
We had hot dogs like every night of the week for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm. I think that was probably my mother's way of getting out of cooking too, because we used to eat outside all the time, and that way my dad had to grill.
About that, when we had guests here every weekend, we, with exception, kind of stay away from hamburgers and hot dogs because everybody does it, and we have guests staying with us, so we try to make sure that at least 2 of the meals are big stuff. So last night we had a Cornish game hen.
Right.
Tonight we're having the beef.
Yep. The tenderloin.
So yeah, we even though hamburgers and hot dogs are summer food,
but
they're associated with camping, I'm sort of over it. So
I'm kind of fine with them for lunch, but not so much for dinner. I'd much rather have chops or a steak or chicken or something for dinner.
All right, dear, we're coming up on an hour. What should we do for our next live stream in 2 weeks? And where are we going to do it?
Well,
I think we said we're home next
we
week.
are home because Johnny and David are going to come.
Okay.
Or Janiera.
Yeah, so
Yes. Hopefully they're in the chat because I sent them a reminder, you guys. So on our next live stream, it will be home at LG Manor. And I don't know what the topic will be yet, but I'll figure that out. But we will have some neighbors and friends joining us for that. And it should be fun and full of shenanigans, as we are sometimes with our live streams.
and if you've got an idea for a topic or a recipe, send it to us at
Absolutely.
info@letscelebrate.tv.
Or if you have a family recipe that you'd like to share and you'd like to see me make, then yeah, absolutely send it to us. Because that's what it's all about.
And if you're not sure, hit the website and you can
Yep.
contact us through there.
Maybe we'll go make some mocktails later today too. Or not so mocktails.
We can experiment with some new drinks and then see if
Yeah.
a non-alcoholic version will work, and we'll send them off to Melissa.
Absolutely.
All right, unless our audience has got anything new or our chat's got anything new, we'll wrap this up, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks, maybe?
Yeah. And we'll see you as always on Tuesdays for our regular episodes and Fridays for Cocktail Fridays. And we might do a basic skill here and there too. All right, we're going to sign off. Okay, everyone, until next time, happy summer. Cheers.
Cheers.